Basically, generally whenever we have installed the computer, just install the server or computer, by default it is one work group. Okay, so work group means there is a, no kind of security. Let's say I have installed one of the server, right? So after install the server it's no domain, that means server is connected through work group. That means we have couple of server we can connect it, and in middle of that we can create networking and we can connect the servers, so that all our server is the networks. But that doesn't mean that server is on domain. You got my point? But why? If it is connected in that meanings, that means none of the server is on domain based securized. It's a work group model. Okay, let's say in cyber cafe. So in cyber cafe, generally what that everyone people can go and enjoy the computing or internet, whatever they needs. Okay, but the same things, just consider this scenario. If you want to go any kind of office, or if you are not the member of this office staffs or employee, do you able to use that systems? Generally not. Why? Because this is the machine was secured by the domain. Okay, so basically what domain means, domain is the logical boundary of your network resources, which contains computers, users, networks devices, and so on. So those, when you are creating domain with your company name or company forest, inside this domain you have to join your computer, you have to create users. So these all are included this particular domain itself, right? And the benefit of the domains is no one can misuse your IT assets. What does that mean? That means the normal computer, after installing, anyone can use it, right? Anyone, A, B, C, D, anyone can use it. The same computer, after create, when I join to the domain, no one can use it. That means every time it will ask user ID and password, and this is the domain user ID password. If the users only the part of this domain, he can able to log in that. So that is why domain is required. Now next is where this domain will host it. So definitely domain will host it somewhere in the machines. So none of the machines, we cannot hosted the domain all the machines. If we hosted the domain into the machine, it's called the domain controller, right? So domain controller is hold the domain. Now inside that, once you install the Active Directory role, it's become a domain controller, and later on it will become a forest. Now side by side, what you need to do, you need to add computer inside this domain, right? Now after that, you almost, once you have all the machine will be the part of this domain, then it will be create a domain based security, that none of the users can use your systems. So last day we have created domain controllers and we have added computer into the domain. So today we will, on top, first we will create the scenario. The same we have to repeat. Then we have to learn this each and individual users parameters, super users, high privileged users groups, as well as child domain. Okay. So let's going to start. If you have any concern or question, you can ask me. Okay. So for your information,
who are the super users and all? Like what kind of access they have?
super user, basically there is no concept in Windows. Super user basically from Unix and Linux. In Windows we have two kind of users. One is local users, another one is domain users. Okay. So same way in Windows there is a two kind of administrator. One is local administrator, another one is the domain administrator. What do you mean by administrator? Administrator is the users and he's having enough access, let's say read, write, full control access, it's called the administrator. That means he can install any application, he can uninstall any application. No, he can do anything in the local machines. Now the same users, when he can work for the entire domain based, it's called domain users. Let's say the concept I'm telling you. When you have create one computers, right? So first you install these ways that there is a user we created, right? One is the normal user, local user, another one is the administrator. So that administrator, it's called the local administrator, right? Now the same local administrator, when you have created the domain, that one administrator can able to log in multiple machines as the same roles, it's called the domain administrator. So everywhere domain user, domain administrator, users, everywhere it's related to the domain. So first we have to learn how to create domain, and then where the domain is hosted, what is called, if the server hosted on domain, what is called, it's called domain controller. And after this all stops, how we can create users, how we can create, all of the high privileged, how we can add them into the high privileged groups and all, right? And side by side, all those steps. So well, for that only I am just creating one virtual machines, new virtual machines.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. Are you getting me?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay. So my question is, when we install any operating system in the machine, okay, so by default there's a built user is available there, right?
Sorry, not getting what you are telling.
I'm saying you, when we install any operating system, so there is a inbuilt user is available there, right? Inbuilt
Yes.
user.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And there is an administrator as well. So is there any difference between that administrator or where we create by own administrators? Is both are the same or there's a difference?
Okay. Then why you understand in this concept? So let's I'm telling you. You have installed these local machines, right? And
Okay.
you have installed this local machines as well. Now I have set this password, I have set another password. Will this administrator able to log in this machine?
No.
Then how come it will possible? That is why it is Active Directory comes into the picture. Got my point? Because there is a machine, there is a dependency, means local administrator cannot work beyond these machines. That is why it's called the local administrator or local user. Okay. And
Okay.
in case you have around 400 local machines, 400 local machine which is not connected in the domain. Now will you understood how tough to manage each and individual machines? How tough to manage, because let's say you are deploying any applications. So generally if it is connected to the domain, you can centrally apply the policy, group policy. Every machine is installed the operating systems or applications. You got my point? The same things, whenever the machines are individual, not in the domain, 400 machine, 400 times you have to involve, 400 hours will be lost. Now here the benefit is 400 machines, whenever they have connected into the domain, they are forget about the local administrator. Once you added them into the domain, now who will be the domain administrator you have created on the domain controller? He is the Superman of this entire forest or domain. Clear?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So Noor, it is clear to you?
Yes, it's clear to me, yeah.
Okay. Sapna, clear?
Yes, it is clear.
Perfect. So now what I'm doing, I'm creating two machines, and then I am setting up the connection. Let's see. Now I will create only one machines, and after that I will not install another machines. From this particular machine I will clone another machines, and I will create another machine as well. No, if you have any doubt, please let me know. Okay.
So, Siddharth, you repeating again the domain controller topic, yeah?
Because because we have to create child domain controller, right? So before child domain controller we need a one domain as well. So that is why I'm going to repeat.
What is child? Why you call child domain controller? I don't get it.
Yeah, I will come to. But before that, I just already understood that domain controller. Then couple of things I have to told you right now, because in Active Directory, objects, all this I'll tell you. So that is why I'm just creating one domain controller first. Then I will start all those stuffs.
Okay.
Okay, let's put be installed. Now understood the concept of it. What is Active Directory? What is Active Directory? The Active Directory basically a centralized distributed database which can hold all the informations of the computer, users and network devices. It's called the Active Directory. Now definitely where this Active Directory is hosted and where is the database? This is the frequently asked question. So basically the domain controller, how many you have a domain controller, it will host the Active Directory database. It's called ntds.det. Active Directory database name is ntds.det. While we promote the domain controller, I will show you the Active Directory database where it is hosted. NTDS, it's new technology directory structure .det, directory infrastructure tree. Okay, this is the DIT formats. Now Active Directory will contain two kind of objects. One is container object, another is leaf object. Okay, so let's understand that concept first. Active Directory, it hosted two kind of object. First one is, this is called the leaf object, and this is called container object. Now who can tell me what do you mean? I want to know the concept, what is in your minds. What do you understand leaf? What do you understand container object? Mohammed, What do you understand? Leaf object and container object.
A leaf, you can say it's like a child. Okay, because if talking about the Active Directory, so it has two things. One is a leaf object, that means the Active Directory is in itself is a parent, and the leaf object is handled as a child. Okay.
No, concept is totally wrong.
Okay. Okay.
Anyone try? Anyone try? What do you mean by leaf and what do you mean by container? Container means what? Something contain, right? Container means something contain. Let's say container where you are like your lunch box. What is contain? Food, right? Am I right or not? Your your lunch box will contain food. Now, food here, it's a leaf object. Lunch box here is a content object. Clear or not? That means the object which does not have the capability to contain anything, it's called the container object. I mean leaf object. The object will have the capability to hold or contain another object. It's called the container object. So here, based on that, it is designed few things. So first of all is leaf object. If you understood, first one is the user, second one is the computer, fourth one is the printer object, because this object cannot contain anything, whereas container object, it's forest. Now forest will contain to whom? Forest will contain to tree. Now tree will contain to whom? Tree will contain to a domain. Now domain will contain to whom? Domain will contain to computer, object. Domain will contain to OUs and groups. OU and OU will contain group. Now group will contain to whom? From there again it will be comes here. Group will contain users, computer and printer as well. This is where we decides that leaf object and container object. Is that clear?
Yeah, so that it is clear, but actually what is tree, forest, domain, OU? So these are the new word, I think.
No, first that is I'm telling you, don't worry. Right now it is clear or not what I'm saying?
Yeah, right now it is clear.
Perfect. Now we understood what is forest. So while let's say your company name is ABC Corporations, right? Or IBM Corporations, your company name. So based on the company name, you will promote domain controllers or you will create the domain, right? Last day I told. So the fast machine, fast domain controller, whenever you will host it, a Active Directory role and configure with certain names. Okay, so it is called fast domain. That what is the domain name? Let's say the domain name is ibm.com. ibm.com. And the same domain, while you promote the domain, so same domain will create the by default forest as well. By default forest as well. Right? Now, ibm.com in this cases is the parent domain because my forest was created with ibm.com. Is that clear or not?
No, Siddharth, not
Okay.
bit open. Yeah.
While last day I installed these domain Active Directory domain services and then we configured this role, right? Same thing I will do it now because I know that it will be not possible to remember all those stuff. So again, that's why I repeat this here today. So last day we have installed ADDS role. After that we have configured that role, and then as a result domain also created. Then let's say the domain was bt.com or ibm.com, right? While it is a fast domain, it's become a fast forest. Is that clear or not?
Yeah, it's clear.
Yes. I am telling you guys, every person's having a national ID card. Clear or not?
Yeah.
Now, in India, we have a various national ID cards. Let's say whenever the child is born, how we get all those access? First, after child born, he have to register themselves by birth certificates. Now, after this birth certificates, it's turned into the child Aadhaar. Then after child Aadhaar, it will be turned into the voter card. Then voter card it turned into the Aadhaar card, and then later on the child is become a, old. I mean it's a adult. Then he required a passport. So the passport is our national ID to everyone, every person in the world. The national ID is our passport, right? Now can anyone tell me? Passport will come first or birth certificate will come first?
Yeah, passport is I think.
No.
Birth certificate.
Without birth certificate, passport will come.
No, without birth certificate it's not possible.
Exactly.
We're talking about the priority documents, so I think passport is a more.
No. You are not understanding what I'm telling you. Actually, I'm telling that the birth certificate will first or passport will first. Because
Birth is the first. Yeah.
because of in a world no one knows what is birth certificates, but everyone know what is passport. Is that clear or not? No one knows the birth certificates, but everyone knows the passport. Okay, so here just tell me who is the priority, I mean birth certificates or passport. Generally you say no, the passport is accepted every persons in the world, whereas birth certificate no one. Yeah, agree. But whenever the baby born, we have to raise the birth certificates, then it become a passport, right? So the formation also the same. Whenever the domain bonds ibm.com, whenever you create a ibm.com, the forest it's become an ibm.com. Clear or not? Is that clear or not? Because this domain is the inventor of forest, ibm.com. Now today I will show you child domain as well. What does it mean? That means, let's say you know ibm.com, but in ibm.com in US it's called us.ibm.com, in UK uk.ibm.com, or in Canada cn.ibm.com. That means that same domain can split different domain in the different countries. Clear? But somewhere you can see it is developed from the parent domain. So in this cases, parent domain name is ibm.com, child domain will be uk.ibm.com. So it's the same way, US is us.ibm.com. So can you tell me where is the similar between all those stuffs? What is the similar? Similarity is the domain.
IBM.com.
Yes, ibm.com common is everywhere. That means ibm.com is the parent domain and child domain is UK and US. Now they are following the parent domain namespace. Clear? Now these all are hosted in where? Enter this forest. And now what is the forest name? ibm.com. Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yeah, it's clear.
Perfect. Mohammed, is that clear or not?
Yeah, it is clear, Siddharth. Siddharth, give me 5 minutes. Actually, power is on now, so I am joining from my laptop now.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Give me.
clear.
Okay,
Siddhartha, it's clear.
Rajdeep, you join later. So right now we are understanding the last day domain controller, and nothing we have continued today. So we are waiting on for that. So just now I
Thank
understood
you.
that.
Thank you for the same.
Just now we have discussed that what is domain controller, what is domain, that last day we discussed. Okay. So now today we have completed certain, I have discussed certain things, that is, Active Directory object. So Active Directory object, basically two type of object. One segment is for child object, another segment is for container object. So one side is leaf object, another one is in container object. So as you see in the leaf objects, it cannot contain anyone like users, computer, printers. And container object, it means this object can hold multiple things, multiple object as well. So the first big container object is forest. Okay. Next is forest. It's contain the trees, domain trees. Domain trees contain the domain, and domain contains the OU. OU contains the groups, and group contain again come back to first, that is user, computer and printer. Is that clear or not? Once you watch the video, you will see that representation. Okay, but again I am just telling you that part. Doubt clear or not?
Yes.
Perfect. Now what is forest? I just understood the forest is basically the first domain. Whenever you have created the first domain, the domain first time it will be transformed into the forest. But it is totally logical concept. Okay. So first you have created abc.com. So abc.com is your forest. Under this abc.com, any domain you create, it definitely in the same forest, a different domain, child domain. It's called the child domain. Now collection of child domain, it's become a tree. Now this forest, IBM.com is hosting IBM.com, UK.IBM.com, US.IBM.com. So definitely it's become a tree. Multiple domain will form a tree. It's called domain tree. Clear? Now forest contain the domain tree. Now domain trees. Now let's say it's created trees. So trees contain the leaf. So definitely then it's a domain. Now if you explore the domain contain OUs, groups. Now OUs contain the groups or user or computers, and the group also contain the same things. These are the list
OU operating unit, right?
Sorry?
OU?
Yeah, OU, it's an organization unit.
Oh, organization.
Organization unit, what purpose OU will discuss here. What purpose OU will discuss here. Okay. Basically, OU is here to apply the policies purpose. I will discuss it. So now my machine is ready almost. So I will install these machines. But before that, I need couple of machines, because first I will create root domain, then I will create child domain. Okay. So I'm just cloning these machines. So Sapna, you are just new here. There is options in virtual machines that without installing the OS, you can clone the virtual machines. Okay. Without installing the operating systems, you can clone the virtual machine, because I have already installed the first machines. Now I am just getting this machine power off, and then I will clone these machines. Clone. Member. While you create the VM, first change the name here first, then just C to E, nothing need to change. Click on finish. As I told, no one please cannot create the VM on C drive, because if you create the VM in C drive, what will happen, I'm telling you. You may don't know, the disk will be full, server will be crashed. Base server will crash and your practical will be damaged.
Siddharth, I done it C drive, is there a problem?
No, do not create on C drive, because C drive is only for
I don't have E drive, so I done it C drive.
Okay. If you do not have the other drive, then it's fine, no problem. But generally, it's not recommended to create on C drive.
I mean, it's a real life, you can't do it, but it's like you just doing practical home, so it's alright.
That is fine. But keep listening that maybe disk will be full. Okay.
Yeah, I keep an eye.
Okay. So now my machine is created. Fine. Fine. Now what we will, after this I have created, the member will be created, but keep in mind that those two machines are in the same right now, because you have cloned this. There is no such an identity. Okay. So you have to make them identity. So any of the machine, either your parent machine or this machine you have invented, just make it power on. And you have to change the SID. SID means what? SID means our security identity, which is achieved after install the operating systems. Operating system is basically a life of the server, right? And while you are inputting the life into the server, the definitely server also have the security ID that makes them unique, right? From the other server as well. Otherwise, how would they know the server A, server B, server C? What makes the difference? They make the difference by only security ID. So that security ID will be the same once you message, once you have create the machine and clone, all will be same. So you have to reset the SID. Okay, so I am going to reset that SID. If you not change the SID, those machines cannot be work together in a domain. It will create a problems. Okay, so In that case, I have to change the SID. For that, you have to go to the run, put the command sysspray. So while you creating this is the local user, okay, this is the local administrator, you are creating password. And this administrator cannot be logging these machines because this is machine dependent administrator, that is called the local administrator. Okay, perfect. Now, what first the basic things I have to do before we come in, do the Active Directory. First, whenever two machines will be, in the, I have to create transaction, so definitely I have to make them communicable over the networks, right? So for that only, both two machines will be the part of same network groups. So go to the settings and network adapter, you have to check custom specific virtual networks. Now if you click on it, you will see total 19 switch. No problems, anyone you can choose. Either you can choose VNet 6, VNet 7, VNet 8, 10, whatever, but make sure your another machine will have the same switch, or else it will not like that. What is the concept behind it? Concept behind it, it's just like, the concept is, this is the machines, right, and this is the machines. Now you are making the connection, you are trying to establishing connection between them. So definitely what purpose you have installed, in middle of that you have install one switch. Now you have create connection from this server to this machines, but from this server to this server you are not adding this, instead of you are adding another switch. Will they communicate ever? My question, will they communicate ever?
No.
No. In that case, you have to make them all in the single networks. So that is why I am selecting 0 here, or 1 or 2, whatever. But another machines also have the same setting as well. Otherwise, your machines cannot be connected each other. Fine, no problems. Now you have to, next is the connection you have already established. That means same networks. Now next is you have to provide the IP address, which is mandatory part, right? So in that case you have to go run, because part by part we have to do, part by part. You have to make the physical connection between those two servers, but if you want to set communication, so definitely you need IP address. The first classes I told everyone, right? IP addresses allow you to make the communication over the networks. Sapna, I guess you have joined the first demo classes before the Christmas, I told, right?
Right? Yeah.
Yes. So the same things, you have to provide the communication, I mean IP, what classes you do, no problems, but you have to set up the communication both to NIC card.
And CPA.
ncpa.cpl is the hotkey, or if you do not forget hotkey, then go to the direct NIC card. From there, open network sharing centers, then change adapter settings from there. Same window. Okay. Now here,
I have a one question. That I have a one question here.
yes.
So when you use the internet, you see is a write on network. Sometimes it's showing the unidentified network. Why is it sometimes it's showing the unidentified network?
Okay. So I'm telling you, generally whenever there is a different networks, maybe the gateway not resolve any times. So in that cases, it is showing unidentified network. That doesn't mean the network is not connected. But sometimes the gateway address not resolving, that is why it's showing unidentified networks.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So now I'm going to the properties, IPv4, and put the IP address. That means 10 series IP address I'm selecting, 10.10.10.10. Okay, fine. 10.10.10 is my IP address. From after that, how will you get that? Click on that, go to the details, you will get this IP address. Clear? So same things I will do here. That will be 11. That two IP cannot be the same, otherwise it will be create conflict. Now what is, just come to the picture. IP address completed, connection completed, again connection completed, and IP address completed. So definitely we expect that these two make ping each other, right? So that is why there is a command called ping. So I have to ping from different machine to different machines. First I'll ping my DC, that is 10.10.10.10. What I'm getting?
Time request out.
Why?
Because you not didn't put the destination I mean thing.
I think firewall should be off.
Firewall.
Yes.
Firewall should be off.
Exactly. Great. What do you mean by firewall? Just to stop. Okay, Noor and Mohammed, please stop. Rajdeep, what is firewall? I'm not hearing your voice. I'm not getting your voice. I'm not getting your voice. What is? Do you have a mic problem? Rajdeep? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
I guess so.
Rajdeep's voice is too low actually.
Yes, so we cannot hear the voice. So anyway, I'm telling you, the firewall basically are inbound, outbound security rules. Like your, let's say you have a residency flats, and this residency flats, all the high premium peoples are staying there, and they have kept one security guards front of their gates, and this security guards is sole responsible. Persons are going outside and coming from the outsides. Okay, both he have track as date and time, so that later on any problems happen, anyone can check and found that which time, which date, which person come here, right? And this particular security staffs, you told them that no one will ask Mr. Roy, just say that he is not available in India. or he's not available in house. Come in next week. Now he told, now anybody comes to, security guard say, I want to meet Mr. Siddharth Roy. Then security guard, oh, sorry for information, he's left. And he come next week. So every denial answer he will give. Now you change the status and told your, anybody ask and looking my name, and you tell them, yes, I'm available, you send them. So whatever the rules you define, it is be more, more be clarity whenever we'll understood the network security groups in cloud, Azure cloud. I'll tell you more on this. Okay. But as of now, just keep in mind that every operating system. Yes.
I was not able to hear the thing which I missed actually because I had a mic issue, and that's why I was not able to get the point. Can you repeat it once more? Just 5 minutes back.
Which one? Okay.
I was not able to hear.
Okay. So I am asking.
Firewall. After you asked me the firewall, na?
Yes.
That thing. I was telling that firewall is a means interrupts, means it does not allow the unauthorized access. It only allows the authorized access to enter into its domain.
No.
Connect the domain.
Not like that. Firewall basically a filter device. It's called the filter device. By default, firewall block everything. By default, firewall blocked any traffics. Until and unless you make them aware or introduced or exclusion the port, it cannot identify or stuck, it will be blocked all the traffics. So whenever the fresh OS you have installed, the firewall also created. So until and unless either you have to off the firewall or you have to add the exclusions, it cannot allow you. Now if I disable the firewall, then fine, that means you have disabled. But some cases, some companies won't allow you to disable the firewall. So in that case, what you need to do, you have to
File and print sharing, add the exclusions, right? So we will always do, we never off the firewall, okay? We will always do this kind of exclusions and allow the firewall connections, right? So here, just go to the DC01. Now, where you have to go the firewall, there is a command, firewall.cpl.
Firewall.cpl.
Firewall.cpl. Either through this you can go for there, or else you have to go to the control panel. From this control panel, let's off everything.
Or you can do the local service server as well, no? You just turn it off. Local server.
Control means control panel. Okay. From there, control panel. Even control panel, there is the options. Firewall, Windows firewall. So if you understood the command firewall.cpl, then go to the run and type the firewall.cpl, or else go to the control panel and from there. But I am telling you the very easiest ways how fast you can work. So the command will help you the very fast execution. That's it. Now this is the window. If you want to turn off that firewall is temporarily permanently turn off, then there is no question about the packet filtering. You have both computer, you have to turn off firewall, and then you can see that packet will be transferred. Let's off these machines as well.
Siddharth, one question.
Yes.
Siddharth, there any similarities between Windows Defender and Firewall?
Windows Defender is the basically inbuilt operating system, inbuilt antivirus of Windows 7s. Not Windows 7s only, even Windows 2012. It's a Microsoft inbuilt antivirus. That's it.
It also performs some filtering and all, I think, right?
Definitely, it's also applying for filtering all those stuff, because in terms of any firewall, harmful malware attacks, spammer attacks, it will create a problem. But it cannot be allow you basic server level communications. It got my point. basic
okay.
server level. It's called the, it is blocking the ICMP packet, because firewall, ping, it's also a utility, works on the server port ICMP. Now if the firewall is blocked the ICMP packets, server cannot be ping each other. So antivirus, this kind of is a very high-end firewall, software defined high-end firewall installed there. They cannot be, block the lower ground level communication. It is block certain, any port, printers, any kind of downloaded, any kind of sites, this kind of things he will actually blocked. Okay, now
I have a question here.
yeah, tell me.
What is the difference between Windows Defender and Windows Firewall?
Windows Defender is an antivirus. You get this antivirus free of cost if your original operating system is original. Is that clear?
Okay.
Let's say you have
Yeah.
purchased Windows
And
7,
Firewall?
Windows 10 original series. After you
Yes.
purchase the Windows 10 original, there is the options Windows Defender. Now Windows Defender, it's a basically, now see here, Windows Defender, it's a basically firewall, basically antivirus, right? Security at a glance, which can help you from internet access whenever you will search any kind of harmful viruses, any kind of sites, or let's say any downloading software, it will save your systems from the harmful attacks. If viruses also enter into the systems, he will scan and eliminate. But the firewall, it's kind of security barrier of the computers. Why it is required? Because firewall, it save you from the spamware attacks, spamware malware attacks, because they cannot directly come in and enter into our systems like worm. It is attacks any port. So these are the ports, it's blocked by your firewall. Clear? Now
So
in the
Firewall
production,
is much more greater, means it works much better than Windows Defender, right?
no guys, what I'm telling you, Windows Defender antivirus. What do you mean by antivirus? First tell me, what do you mean by antivirus? What are the features of the
Protects our
antivirus?
system from virus.
It is protects your system from the virus. Now apart from this, any features of the antivirus? What are the extra features?
It saves our computer from whenever we log in into any type of website or any type of
You already
things,
told.
it saves our
You
computer
already
from any type.
you already told that antivirus will save from these harmful viruses. That I understood.
Hmm.
Apart from this, any feature of the antivirus, like time,
Nothing else.
like time to time updates, like time to time scan your systems, like time to time update their engine database, because this is the software, this is the application software which is taking responsibility to clean your system from virus. Is that clear or not?
Yes. Yeah.
And firewall is it's not the software. Firewall is the security barrier of this your house premises or your computer premises. Now
Like your port, someone want to try to hack, and they try to hack your ports, and this is a firewall network to secure you.
okay, for your information guys, this is your house, right? This is your house, and this is your house, and this house was barriered by a gate, right? So the gate was, this is the barrier, and this barrier never have any gates. So people will come inside or not? Able to come inside the house or not?
No, not possible.
No, not possible, because you have not found any, you're not allowed any gate over there, right? Fine. Now I have added gate over there. So this is my gate. Now once I have added the gate, that means I am adding exclusion to my firewall, that's allow anyone who want to come with this gate. Is that clear or not? So general purpose, those are the robbery, those are the thief, they cannot come into the gate, they will jump into the firewall, right? Is that clear or not?
Yes.
So firewall, it's basically protected you from the external attacks, and in basically default firewall, no one will allow you to go inside the premises. But definitely inside the home, it's need a communication point to communicate over the world. So that is why we have created additional extension entrance. So here you will take out in, that's it. Now maybe that some of the viruses comes here as well, right? Now he enter into the premises from this door. He enter into the premises. Now who will monitor this? Who will monitor what they are doing? You have already installed the security camera, right? Hey, you have already installed the security camera over there. Now these are the security camera. It's tracking the activity, what this kind of the peoples are doing activities. If they are doing any kind of malicious activity, security camera also have the power. They have enabled certain of things, that things can eliminate this kind of entries. Again back to the networks. This is antivirus too. So firewall itself, they do not have any intelligence to monitor the harmful activity, any kind of harmful. Let's say you have by default firewall is save you from the external networks. But when you clear the exclusion, chances are high from this exclusion point the virus will also come. Now if virus comes into the premises, they will damage your all those stuffs. Now Windows Defender, it's basically application. They have enormous facilities. What facilities? First facility, he will monitor, enter the premises, any kind of malicious activities going on or not. If he found, yes, one of the person enter and he want to do something here, he will find and track, right? Now he watch what he's doing. Now he trying to break the door. Once he trying to break the door, he will try to fire him out. Is this firewall will do? Firewall, they do not have intelligence, but Windows Defender have the intelligence. Clear or not?
Yes, Siddharth, thank you so much. No, it's very clear.
Rajdeep, clear or not?
Yes, clear, perfect.
Okay.
Perfectly clear.
So other two people, Noor and
Yeah, clear.
okay. So Sapna, is that clear?
Yes.
Perfect. Now if I do the ping, it's now pinging. So because I have off the firewall, now it is not recommended to off communication enable based on the firewall off, because in production networks it won't allow you. Somewhere they will allow you, but somewhere they will tell you no, do not off firewall, it will be security compliance. Then what is the possibilities? Because firewall if I on, it will again stop the communication. But there is the options to add exclusions. Exclusion is what? Exclusion is allow up to the features from there, file and printer sharing. If you on these options, then it will again allow you to communicate over the firewall. Now you can easily communicate after this. It's pinging. So we have created two machines. We have created two machines. You have established the network physical connectivity. After that we have enabled, you have put the IP address. Now those two machines are ping each other, right? Now these machines you have to install these Active Directory roles, because you are going to make these machines to hold the Active Directory database. So to hold the Active Directory database, certain parameters will make the identical from this normal server, from this member server. What the identical? Because you have to install ADDS role, Microsoft ADDS role. Okay. So I'm going to install the Microsoft ADDS roles. So this is the server manager. You know, in this server manager, any kind of roles, any kind of features. Before that role, I want to make the server name change. As I told you, because this window is actually the panel to help you to configure the server, like server name, you know, firewall change settings, all those stuff as you can do it from here, right? So in this computer name, right, in this computer name, so here I'm changing it, it's DC -01. After changing the name, it will require restart. Always keep it in mind. Never ever try to change any name of the production servers. It will restart automatically after you change it. You got my point? Until and unless you make them restart, it will not work. So my server name was changed. Now if I go to the local server again,
DC1.
DC01. Now I am installing the ADDS roles. Any kind of, as I told you, because earlier video, if you review it, as I told you, Windows can be work as a router, Windows can be work as a NATing device, Windows can be work as, you know, many things, many physical devices, but everything is possible after installing the roles. Now this is like your mobile app store. In app store, as you can see many applications and get the features, the same things in Windows, add roles, it's like a considered app store where all these Microsoft features are, let's say, them dumped, and from there they are installing it. Okay.
Please repeat once more. I didn't get this one.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, what do you mean by mobile app store? App store is actually holding your mobile applications and features, right? From there, whenever you need, let's say you are installing Google Pay, let's say you're installing, you know, Phone Pay, let's say you're installing some certain antivirus, let's say you're installing certain, you know, TikTok. So many thing application you install, where are you getting? Play Store. So the same things, Windows, all the features are dumped here as servers, roles and features. From there you have to install the roles and configure your server as per your requirement. Clear?
Yeah, Play Store, right? That is the Play Store, Windows App Store.
No, don't be so dumb. Okay, I'm telling you, Play Store, like your mobile, Play Store will contain all these applications and features. Let's say any of the install application you want to install, so definitely you install from this Play Store, right? In Windows Server, there is no concept of Play Store, but more or less same. It's called Windows Server Roles and Managers, roles and features. If you go to the dashboard, from Server Manager, I'm closing this window. After Windows Start, you will see that attached options, click on it. This is the Server Manager, and this Server Manager, there is a add roles and features. From this add roles and features, you will find out all the roles. What are the roles? These are the roles. This is all Microsoft roles. It cannot be configured by default. You have to install it as per your requirement. You got my point? Like what you are doing in mobile. So same thing you are doing here.
Yes.
So right now I am, as I told you, I am going to create the domain. So I need a ADDS role. So ADDS role I'm selecting. So after you install ADDS role, is just like you blindly dump into your, just like you blindly, you know, take the food inside of you. But
so when we install the add roles and features, so it's gonna show me in the tools bar.
Yeah, why not? It's gonna show.
Can you click the tools? 1 minute. Sorry, can you click the tools? I want to check something.
Let me install it.
Okay.
After it is installed, and until and unless you configure, it's showing as a warning notification there. Clear? Because you have installed one role, but you have not yet configured. That is why it's showing now notification. You have installed role, but not yet configured. Just do it. That is the notification come here. Click on there. Now, after you click on there, it's telling you that you have already installed ADDS role. Now promote this server to a domain controller. Clear or not?
Yeah.
Or else, because just click on it. Now I am going to promote this domain controller. See guys, today I am telling you a couple of things, just clear your concept. Now just tell me, who can tell me which option is applicable, because I am going to create a domain called ibm.com. Which option I have to select?
Add a new forest.
Add a new forest.
Add a new forest. Rajdeep, which one?
Add a new forest.
Mohammad?
Yeah, add a new forest, because we are getting a new one. That's why.
Great.
IBM is totally new here, so we have to add a new forest.
ibm.com. After ibm.com, you click on next. You think that my domain will be created smoothly. No. Next is checking that you meet the prerequisites or not. One by one is checking, and he will give you the error that you have not done prerequisite meet. So we have to meet the prerequisites. So Sapna, it's clear. I mean, you're trying to clear it. I know that middle of that you missed the class.
Yeah, I understood, because initially you told that IBM will be a new forest because it's a new company. Then you'll have the child like US and UK, IBM.com. So this is a new forest.
Yeah, we are going to create. First we are creating the domain. Okay, promoting the server into the domain controller. Now first it will come domain. Then this domain will automatically transform forest. But this is a logical concept. Okay. Perfect. Now here the password I'm entering, guys, don't think that this password is required as of now, because this is required for directory. I mean, later on advanced level when we show you how to restore Active Directory password. Whenever the domain controller is cached, you are trying to restore this server from the backup. So then that time DSRM password is required. So you have to keep them a proper vault in your organizations. So first time you have given ABCD 1 2 3, then you forget. No, not like that. Generally it is not required day-to-day activity, but it is required whenever domain controller is crashed, you are trying to restore your domain controller from this backup, then it is required. Next is option will be the default, nothing to do anything. Click on next. And this is the NetBIOS name, because last day I also told NetBIOS name means it's a short name of the domain. Because I have created ibm.com, it will be fetch. Tell that it will be everyone is the domain. We'll call IBM. Yeah, it's the nickname of this domain. Now see, as I told you, Active Directory database name is NTDS. So it is located on database folder, C Windows NTDS, log file C Windows NTDS, sysvol folder C Windows sysvol. Clear? Sysvol I will tell you later on, because sysvol.
So that's one question I want to ask.
Yes.
It is possibility here that we can change the location of these database.
From here you can choose it, no problem. But generally, but generally this is the default location. Better to use this one. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Because there is a reason. Why? Because no one can start and making any kind of problem in there. If you set it desktop, some people will come, okay, what is entities, delete it, bas, finish. So if you paste them in under the certain folders, so generally people will aware on the stuffs. Clear?
Okay.
Now see that, as I told, the prerequisite, if the prerequisite not met, then it does not allow you to do that. So what the error is facing? Is facing that verification of prerequisite of domain controller promotion failed. The local administrator account become the domain administrator. Just see that. Local administrator account becomes the domain administrator account when you create a new domain. The new domain cannot be created because the local administrator account password does not meet requirement. That means we have not set the local administrator password. One more prerequisite, please prefix the rename requisite and check. So in that case, we have to set the local administrator password to secure the local admin. Then only it will be promoted, na? You got my point? So for that only we have to go comp mgmt.msc. Here computer
What is this for comp mgmt?
It's a computer management. Computer management. It's a computer management. I am typing the short keys comp mgmt.msc. Clear?
Why we are doing this? Just wanted to know that one.
Yeah, this is
It's
required.
comp-
This is now what we do. We are going to set the local administrator password. Now, local administrator password is located on comp mgmt.msc. This is the basic things. If you know the Windows 7s, then Windows Server is easy. I mean, this is the basic things. Okay, I think that everyone will know that the basic computer management. So this is the basic things of computer management where it's located. Clear?
Yes, sir. Very good.
In this local user and groups, users, just click on this users, and this is your administrator. Just set that password. Clear? Fine. Now we can see that it will be work smoothly. Just go to the previous and then go to the next. It will not create any problems.
All prerequisites checked passed successfully.
Yes, click on install. Now it is creating the domain, right? It will be rebooted. Okay, so my domain controller is promoted. Okay, but here also I'm telling you there is a command to check which account is why it was logged. It is logged as user account. So nothing you can do from this account. These are low privileged users. So just do to log off. After this log off, you have to log in with administrator, built-in administrator. First time. Now you are logging to the domain controller. Now in this domain controller, you have already promoted this Active Directory. Now this domain controller hosted that domain. Now in this here, let's go to the options. After you install the ADDS and configure, you can access Active Directory database dsa.msc. This is your company Active Directory user and console interface. Active Directory user and computer console interface. This is the ibm.com domain. Now in ibm.com domain, I want to create my employees. So let's say myself, Mohammed, Razdeep, Noor, Sapna. These all are the employees of ibm.com. So we have to create them login user credential in the Active Directory. But then only they can able to access of their computers or user. Let's say guys, whenever you have joined, wherever is the company you are working, the day one will able to perform your day-to-day activity. Once you have joined the company, no. Why? Because it is taking time to create your login access. Clear or not? What the login access? They are going to take time because the company will verify your backgrounds, that you are the correct persons or you are some other persons or something you are hiding, or you are some kind of bad persons or good persons. If you have any academic failure, all those persons they have to verify. After once you find out that you are the genuine candidates, they will send information to their IT department. They will go and create your login user ID. So just here I am going to create, let's say, users. Okay, so users, let's say Sapna,
Show once more now, please. From the first, yes.
Users, and this is the last name. What is your last name? Sinde, right? Sinde.
Yes.
Sapna S. Generally we followed, this is the username. The surname only first words and second name, full name of the name. Okay. IBM, its domain is, the username is IBM/Sapna S. Here there is the options. User must change the password at next login. Generally cases it is like that because first time they will get one password. Next time whenever you log in, we have options to change the password. If this option will allow you, then next time you have options to change your password. If these options that user cannot change the password, you never can change your password. If these password options, that password never expire. That means whatever the password will give it to you, this password is a permanent password. But it is actually here for different purpose. Once we are onboarding any users, the first time you have to select these options. User cannot change password. It is not applicable for the general users. This is only applicable for certain service account. The last day I told, service account is what? The account through which we can configure any application, right? This is called the service account. So, and this account, if we not set this option password never expire, that maybe the application will be crashed because the account will be deactivated after 90 days. Because every account there will be deactivated after 90 days. Then if you not check this option for application password, the application may not work.
So it is better to change password at next logon.
Yes,
No.
exactly. Here I am doing just for this, testing purpose. Password not much. Wait. What happened? Yes. So I have created Sapna users. The users first created Sapnas in there. Now these users I will give Sapna or mail. That's we have created your login access. This is your ID and password. Through this you can log on to the inside of office premises. But generally after create Sapna user ID, will the Sapna will added all this account, all these applications? Is this possible? No. First you have joined the company. After 10 days your account will be created. After account will be created, your concerned technical team will raise your access and the different groups they will map and add into the Sapna's account. Then only Sapna can have access all these tools, monitoring tools, applications, wherever they need for day-to-day activity. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Muhammad, Rasdeep, Noor?
Yeah.
Okay. So generally,
After creating the user Sapna, what then after 10 days means our account is created, then what will happen?
after the users was created here, let's say you have joined Cognizant, right? After you join Cognizant, what the Cognizant they do during the day of your onboarding, they have created your user ID, right? Now after this user ID, you tell you that this is your project location, this building, go to there. Now once you go to there, you talk to your PMO and PMO will take your interview and you have selected for this project. Now once you align to this particular project, your user ID will be mapped for this project related access. You got my point? And they will add the groups, whatever the groups created for Active Directory in Cognizant AD, they will added groups in this here, your user member options. Then only you have to do this, all those kind of jobs in this particular project. Now again, once you left that project, they will remove all those groups from this here. Is that clear or not?
Yeah.
So now I have created Sapna account. Now Sapna, I want that Sapna will work as a Active Directory engineers, right? It's very powerful technologies. If you know the concept Active Directory, your 16 lakhs, 17 lakhs they can offer in the year. Okay, this is very highly demanding subjects in Active Directory. Still now, whatever the clouds you have, that's Azure, Google, AWS, any cloud cannot work without Active Directory, I'm telling you. None of the cloud,
So it means MCSA never expire.
Sorry, I'm not getting what?
So it means, you can work in the cloud as well, Active Directory. So it means is MCSA is never expired.
No, who told? Okay, for your example, guys, you already know that the Microsoft has stopped the certification of this MCSE, right? So is that means they will stop Windows Server publish, or any IT company will stop the Windows Server? Just tell
They
him.
can stop the server, right?
Server won't be stopped. Server won't be stopped.
Yes, server won't be stopped because server is they have product, because all the communications companies are doing their day-to-day activity based on the server. They are going to stop certification, your academic certification, not your professional server. You got my point? Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want that Sapna will work as an Active Directory engineers in this project. So definitely Sapna will need kind of special permissions like other teams, right? Windows engineers will be a member server. There are different groups, but those who are Active Directory engineers, they must be the part of two certain groups. It's called domain admins. You got my point? Because he is basically domain administrator. He can, like local administrator. Local administrator, how they work? Local administrator, they have only individual. Let's say this is a computer, small computer, and he can only work. Local administrator can only work on specific computer, but domain administrator can work every computer, because the domain administrator cannot be created in a specific machine. It's created on Active Directory. That is why it's called the domain administrator. Clear or not? So generally domain administrator are basically groups. Okay, domain administrator is basically a groups. Any users you created in the part of this, you added them into the domain admin groups, you will be work as a domain administrator. Now Sapna was created as an IBM. Now the Sapna will work as a AD admin, Active Directory admin. Then I will add them Sapna to the domain admin groups. Now Sapna will have the power to perform and manage the same thing on IBM.com. Clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's have a short tour on this particular module. What the function, what they do. In IBM.com is the domain name as well as forest name. You know that. Under this IBM.com, there is a built-in options. Built-in. What do you mean by the built-in? Built-in means inbuilt. Built-in means inbuilt. After from their manufacturing, this group was created. And now these groups having different functionality. How you know that which group having which functionality? There is a descriptions. In these descriptions, you will find out everything there. Let's say pre-Windows 2000 compatible access. What does it mean? If you click on it, you will see that the descriptions. Just copy the descriptions and push into the notepad. A backward compatibility group which allow read access all users and group in the domain. Clear? This is the functionality of this group. If I add
Backward compatibility.
Backward, which means the 2000 ways, is very old ways. Okay. Let's say these users, IIS users, built-in group, what they do? They actually built-in group used by Internet Information Service. Let's say if you are a IIS manager, or if you are doing you're responsible for IIS administration or web page administration, then you need to part of this group. So different built-in groups, different functionality. So based on your demand, you have to add user in these groups. If I add Sapna in the backup operator group, so Sapna will able to backup operator can override security restriction for backing up the restoring file. So she can work like backup administrator. If I add them, Sapna is a certificate DCOM access, she can manage certificate server. So same way, there is the different built-in groups are there. You have to read the groups and then only you will get this knowledge. Next is computers. These are yellow folders. It's called the OU, organization unit. It's a kind of container object. Now what purpose this OU define here? Let's say you want to apply any policy. Policy means group policy. Let's say I want that all my computers are here in the domain. My company IBM.com, there are 400 computers in this building. Now every 400 computer desktops logo should be IBM.com. Now just tell me, shall I go each 400 machines and change their wallpaper? Is it possible?
No, we will change in the domain, and that will.
Where you have to change? Where you have to change?
In the domain.
Domain, which place you have to
Domain,
choose?
which place? Computer.
No.
Computer.
Domain, there is an options called group policy. We'll learn about it. It's advanced L3
Group policy.
group policy. In this group policy, we'll create one policy, and where this policy will be applied, you know, the policy will be applied on particular OU. If I create a policy in OU, this folders, policy cannot be applied on groups. Policy only apply on OU. That is why OU comes into. Apart from this OU, that do not have any functionalities. OU means a logical grouping of resources. Now, if you apply this policy on these machines, so under this machine, under this OU, whatever the computer will come, this policy will apply automatically on this computer. Now, you have created another OU, and this OU, you have stored certain users. Now, if you apply any users policy on that particular OU, that whatever the users are there, it will be applied to them. Clear? So, it will be learn more whenever we will know the GPO, we will learn more on this. But as of now, understood that OU is the Active Directory object, but here it is it's only provide containing the logical group of, it will contain the logical, it will, let's say it is a logically segregate or logically hold computer users groups like that, and it help you to hold the Active Directory GPO policy. This purpose group is there. Or you can say, if you provide any kind of delegations or security, delegate control, delegation control, you can apply on OU. Apart from this, OU doesn't have any functionality. So any computer I will add in this domain, the default container OU location is computer. Let's say this is member. Now once I join member into the IBM domain, right, this machines will be showing us here. Like your machines, you are working in Cognizant. The Cognizant given you the laptops, right? Right? And this laptop you are working from home. Now once you go to the office, you have connected that laptop into the office networks, right? How they identify over the networks? Just because of your machine object was created there. And earlier, before the machine IT team handed over to you, they have joined that machine into the domain. Clear? Then only they will verify you that you are the domain users and create a profile for you only. Is that clear or not?
Yes, it is.
Sorry, Siddharth, you're gonna show us how to connect my laptop with my desktop server.
Sorry?
So you're gonna show us how to connect my laptop, for example, to the desktop server, like my desktop computer from here.
I'm not clearing what you are telling. Your laptop into a desktop means what you are trying to say?
No, I'm trying to say, for example, I want to connect my domain controller with my laptop. How do I connect it?
Okay, that is a different thing. That you have to be the part of your office networks, and this office networks you have tried to MSTSC, then you have to able to connect the RDP. Clear? I'll show you that part.
Okay.
That is the different things. That is the different things. So not for related this. So now I'm telling you, as of now you have created only the domain. As I told you, just understood the concept. You have just created the domain. That's it. Yes. Let's say I am telling you, you have created only the domain. The domain name is ibm.com, and this domain you have hosted on one of the single machines. That means DC01. Where it is hosted? On DC01. Clear? DC01. Now, as I told, all your organization laptop, desktop, computer, whatever they have, definitely they into the part of this domain, right? Otherwise, they all are misused, because company, once they give you the system for work, they definitely add them into the networks, right? They definitely add them into the networks. After that, they will give you access, so that unwanted people, they do not able to log in this desktops.
Into the domain.
Exactly. So right now I have a member server, and this member server, if I log off, let's say log off, you are easily able to log in. Easily click on it, you can able to log in, right? So where is the security? Tell me. No, there's no security. So what I do, I will first, add this server into the domain. For that only, I have to go my computer. Okay, but before that, I'll just delete the user, local user. That is a very dangerous account. Okay, through this anyone can phishing attack your systems. So I have to delete this local user account. So go to the comp mgt.msc. Generally, this account cannot be created because here I have designed this one because this can help you in case if you forget the user ID password. This account can help you to log in. So that is why I have designed that way. But normally production cases, this account will not be created. Now I'm going to delete this account because this account is not work for me, right? Go to the users, and this users I'm going to, either you can delete or you can deactivate as per your choice. So I'm going to delete this. After you delete, just go to the log off. And next time the machines cannot be going to directly into the systems. Only administrator are also there. Now just click on this password. Now you add them, these machines, into the domain. How you can do this? Just compile these pictures. Well, add them into the machine into the IBM domain, right? So go to this property, advanced systems, computer name, and side by side I can also change the name as well, member, and domain is what? IBM.com.
IBM.com.
Yes. After that, it will ask you who can authenticate myself into the IBM.com. Then as Sapna is the Active Directory administrator or domain user, Sapna will verify them. Okay, he's
So
telling
this are coming my laptop, desktop as well, and I'm doing this practical. So yeah.
Okay, in that case he's telling an Active Directory domain controller for the domain IBM could not be contacted. Why?
Yeah.
Why it is telling? Because I'm telling you, contacted means I already show you that he's able to ping, right? If I go to the ping, then 10.10.10. Sorry. If I go to the ping 10.10.10, it is reachable. That means server is communicable. Then why it is not ping? Will I able to ping IBM.com? Will I able to ping IBM.com? No. Why?
No.
Because we have to add them domain controller IP address as a DNS to the other machines. Okay. So what is my domain controller IP? There is a command ipconfig. There is a command ipconfig. This IP should be add how much you have machine. Let's say you have 400 machines. So 400 machines NIC card as a primary DNS, you have to add them. Right?
Yeah.
Noor, you are very fast recovering because as I told you, you are doing practice. Your concept is clearing fast than others. It's very good. Good.
Thank you.
No, really,
I keep trying last 2 days, and after I finally find out.
Yes, that's I told everyone. Do the practice and think of it. Everything if I told, your brain will be not mature. I am also there to help you. But you first try to yourself. then only it's IT all about the inventions. As I told you, in fact, IT basically it's all about the inventions. You have to invent from yourself. Like people are sitting idle, only watching the monitoring. Nothing is inventing there. Something or some time you will getting bored. Then only engineers come into the picture, right? Engineers means inventing something. If you are not having that much of power inventing, you will not be supposed to be solve the problem, right? So
Yeah.
once if, yes, tell me.
You went to this TCP/IP v4 and you assigned it static DNS, right? So, like, what is you say when you type this IP address, it converts into the domain name. So that is what you're doing here by assigning that static DNS.
Yes, static DNS means this is my domain controller IP address. Until and unless I give them into the DNS, the domain name cannot be reachable to me. Domain controller will be reachable, but domain name will not be reachable. Until and unless domain name is not be reachable, I cannot add the server into the domain. You got my point? Let's say you have a 400 machines, and 400 machines you want to add into the domain. So 400 machines you have to add the domain controller IP address. Same way. Clear?
One more question, but why you are adding 10.10.10.10? What is the reason? They say that global DNS is 4.2.2.2. Then why you added 10.10.10.10 only?
Because it's a domain controller IP address. It's a domain controller IP address. I am adding this machine to the domain, right? Now the domain is hosted on this particular machines. So this particular IP address is my DNS IP address. Clear or not?
Oh, okay.
So as of now, we are getting request timeout while trying to IBM.com ping. Now I will show you. Once I click on add, ping.ibm.com.
That's one more question. Hello.
Yeah, let me please finish. Let me finish, then ask your question.
Sure.
So now you can able to ping the IBM.com, right? Is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Now you can add them into the domain. Just go to the again go to the advanced systems. Now I'm closing everyone. Better to go server, local server, workgroup options. Okay, I'm deleting everyone. So server managers, local server, computer name, change. Here you can make it member underscore server. Domain name is IBM.
IBM.com.
IBM.com.
Okay, let's see.
Once you click on yes, then you will see welcome to IBM.com. Then here you will have to give them user ID password. So Sapna will give their ID as a password. Sapna S. Welcome to IBM.com. Now after that you will ask reboot, and now onwards this machine is the part of this IBM.com forest or IBM.com domain. Clear or not?
Yeah.
Now Mohammed, ask me what is your question?
Okay, fine. So Siddharth, actually my question is that here we are providing the static IP address, right? And in the preferred DNS we are providing the address of the particular IPs we have given there. Okay.
Not
So
particular
what?
IP. Yeah.
Hello.
Any member computer must have added domain controller IP as a DNS IP. That's it.
Yeah, I got that point. But what happened in that case if a domain controller is receiving the dynamic IPs? So in that case, I think every time IP will be changed. So can at that time we will change always the IP address in the preferred DNS?
Okay, in that case, he will ask actually very high thought question. That means he's telling if the domain controller is DNS, DHCP DNS, then what will happen? For your information, brother, domain controller cannot be working static dynamic DNS. It is always work on static DNS. If
Okay,
you
okay.
have DHCP dynamic configurations, whenever I will show you in the DHCP, whenever you have a dynamic IP address allocation, you have to reserve this IP address that no one can get apart from this domain controller, and this IP it's permanently work as a static IP of the domain controller. You got my point?
Okay, okay. So actually I have this question in my mind, that's why I asked.
No problem. You can ask.
Yep.
Now you can see, just click on arrow button. Now if you click on this, you are the part of ibm.com. Clear? Now Sapna can able to work. Sapna, yes. Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine, guys. That is fair enough to understand the domain controller, users and computers. Now I am showing you in the domain controller. If you go to the domain controller, this is my OU. Now whenever you add this member computer into the domain, it will comes to here. Right now you are nothing showing there. Once you click on refresh, now see that. This is called the default computer object container in Active Directory. Default computer object container in Active Directory. Again, I'm closing these options and opening dsa.msc, and you will see that default computer, whenever you have added any computer into the domain, right, it will be come here as default computer object. Now if you want to set any policy, so you add this policy to this particular computer object, then it will apply to the computer. Clear or not? Clear? Okay. Now guys, we already understood users in Active Directory and built-in objects. Apart from this, we want to know other things, that is group. It's called the security groups. Okay guys, so just tell me one question. To understand the security group, I am creating one scenario. Let's say Rajdeep have joined Accenture.com, Accenture company, and Rajdeep needs monitoring access, Rajdeep needs a Linux box address access, Rajdeep needs Windows box access, Rajdeep needs network device access, Rajdeep needs application access, Rajdeep needs file server access, Rajdeep needs TFTP address. All these stuffs he needs. Tomorrow Azam join Accenture and he also need the same things. Okay, hold on please. Hello. Yes. হ্যাঁ, কত টাকা নেন? ওটা কিছু না, ওটা হচ্ছে আমার বাবার মানে আমি বাবাকে রেন্ট স্লিপ দেখাই, তো বাবাকে আমি একটা আইটিআর ফাইল করাতে চাই। 1,68,000 একটা আইটিআর ফাইল হবে। হ্যাঁ, ওই রেন্ট থেকে যে টাকাটা আছে সেটা একটা আইটিআর শো করাতে চাই। না লোন না, দেখুন আমি তো আইটিতে কাজ করি, এবার আমি দেখাই যে আমি বাড়িতে রেন্ট দিয়ে থাকি, ঠিক আছে, তো সেটা আমি বাবাকে লোন দিচ্ছি। এবার যেই বাবাকে 8,000 টাকা বেশি দেখাবো, তো বাবার প্যান কার্ড চাইবে না। এবার প্যান কার্ড চাইলে আমি হয়তো অ্যাকাউন্টে ট্রান্সফার করে দিচ্ছি, সে ঠিক আছে, কিন্তু ওটা তো একটা আইটিআর ফাইল করাতে হবে, যদিও এটা অ্যামাউন্টটা ট্যাক্সেবল নয়। তো সেই আইটিআর করাতে কত পড়বে? ওটাই দেখাবে, ওটাই দেখাবে। আমার বাবা তো রিটায়ার।
নেট প্রফিট যেটা থাকবে টার্নওভার সেটা দেখা যায় না তো ফর এক্সাম্পল আপনাকে বলতে ধরেন আপনি 1 লাখ টাকা নেট প্রফিট দেখাবেন মানে আপনার 1 লাখ টাকা সারা বছরে লাভ হয়েছে, ঠিক আছে? তাহলে নিশ্চয়ই আপনাকে বিজনেস করতে হবে 10 লাখ বা 15 লাখ টাকা।
এটা তো প্রফিটটা রেন্ট থেকে দাদা, বুঝতে পারছেন না কেন? প্রফিটটা আসছে রেন্ট থেকে, এটা কোনো
মানে আচ্ছা আচ্ছা বুঝতে পেরেছি। আচ্ছা আপনার কি কোনো বাড়িটাই মানে
হ্যাঁ,
রেন্টে
বাবার বাড়িতে আমি রেন্টে আছি, তো বাবাকে একটা আইটিআই ফাইল করাতে হবে, সেইটাই বলছি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা বুঝতে পেরেছি বুঝতে পেরেছি।
কত পড়বে?
1,68,000 1,68,000 ট্যাক্স কত দিতে চান নাকি নন ট্যাক্সেবল করবেন?
এটা তো নন ট্যাক্সেবলই হবে, 5 লাখের নিচে তো নন ট্যাক্সেবল।
এখন 5 লাখের নিচে নয়, এখন সিস্টেম হয়ে গেছে 12,600 টাকার কম হলেই সব নন ট্যাক্সেবল। 5 লাখ কিছু নেই, ঠিক আছে? 12,600 টাকা যদি কেউ মিনিমাম ট্যাক্স দিতে পারে সে দেবে, আর না হয় তার নিচে হলে সব নন ট্যাক্সেবল। বুঝতে পারছো?
এখানে হচ্ছে 14,000।
যে 5 লাখ আগে যেমন ছিল গত বছর 2020-21 যেমন ছিল, ঠিক আছে? এখন আর ওরকম সিস্টেম।
আমি নতুন পলিসিতে যাব না, আমি তো পুরোনো পলিসিতে থাকবো।
আচ্ছা বুঝতে পেরেছি, ঠিক আছে। ওই কত মেবি হয়তো ধরে রাখুন 18,000 18,000
দাদা cleartax.in এ ফ্রিতে করানো হয়, ঠিক আছে? আপনি 1800 টাকা চাইছেন, ঠিক আছে, দরকার নেই, ছাড়ো। Okay, so now Rajdeep have joined Accenture and he's need that kind of access, and no, Mohammed also joined Accenture, he also need that access. Noor also joined and he need this kind of access. So how every time you will have to give them individual access? Now after 1 month Rajdeep have left the organization, then what to do? Where I want to know that where he have access? Is that possible to track? Is that possible to track?
No, it is not possible to track.
Is this not possible to track? So that what we do, let's say there is a different tower, okay, different tower. There is a Windows tower, there is a monitoring tower, there is a AD tower, there is an application tower. Now every tower there is a different requirement. Like this, let's say it is a monitoring tower, and monitoring tower you must have access on Windows server, you must have access on Unix server, you must have access on network devices, you must access on file server, all those stuff. Why not we create one groups, and whenever any member need that access, I simply add them into the groups. Once the person is left, I'll just kick off them from the group. Is that easy or not?
Yes.
Is that easy? So like Muhammad has joined.
You want to say, Siddharth, that already all the things will be there in the group,
Yes.
and whenever a person joins in the organization,
He will get all those access.
Huh? Sorry?
I am telling you, it's already that whatever this particular team need, that my under the worker working under this tower, he need what kind of access, he have already created one groups. Now once this persons have joined this particular team, they will simply add this group into their users, so that these persons can get all access. Whenever this person left that organization or left that project, they will remove that user from this group. Is that clear or not?
Clear.
Yeah, it's clear.
Mohammed, Sapna, clear or not?
Yeah, it's
Yes, yes, Siddharth.
That is why the logical grouping concept will come. You clear?
Logical grouping.
Just watch and end what I'm telling. Every time if you're stuck, you will not even understand, other people cannot even understand. Logical grouping means the groups itself.
Oh.
Now, let's say, based on this requirement, there is a 3 type of groups. There is a 3 type of groups. Clear? First is global group. Another one is universal group. And third one is domain local group. So interviewer may ask you the question, do you know AD security groups? Do you know what is the concept of AD security groups? Then this will tell, yes, one persons have joined into the AD and these persons need a different access. Now, if I add them, this particular user in different access, so same time of effort, I have to give them another 10 users. Maybe tower will increase for another 20 users. Now, in between 20 users, one person left. Then where should I go and found that where these persons were added? Is this possible? Not possible. To avoid this, we seek help or we need help on groups. So in groups, what we do, every single access, wherever we need access, we will create one groups in Active Directory and we add them grouped in different access, and after that, whenever any user join to my domain, I just simply add them user into the groups. He will get all those access. Now whenever user left, I just kick the user in from this groups. Is finished. So this is the purpose of concept of AD groups. Clear? Now AD groups, based on the nature, AD groups is 3 types. Global groups, universal groups and domain local groups. Okay guys, to understand this scenario, I am telling you one situation, you answer me. So every country have the prime minister, right? And under this prime ministers, there is a different state ministers. Is it clear or not? And to control the prime minister, there is a precedence. Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes.
Yes, Siddharth. Yes, Siddharth. Yes, Siddharth.
Perfect. Now, guys, whenever any decision making situation happen, okay, let's say Indian and Chinese war, there is a ongoing issue in India and Chinese war, and Indian and Chinese war, who will take the decision? Prime Minister of India, right? That decisions cannot be taken by the state ministers, neither President of India. Clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes.
Yeah, it is clear. But Siddharth, one question. If any decision or difficulty, so Prime Minister will connect with the President as well, right?
So whatever I'm telling you, just make sure that you are clear or not. After completing, then you put your answer. Everyone, I'm requested everyone. In middle of that, do not poke, so that we can divert from this topic. Let me complete everything, then ask your questions. Okay? So I'm telling you that whenever India and Chinese, there is a war, and who will take the decision? Who will take the decision or who will raise the decision? Prime Minister will raise the decisions. Now who will approve it? You know? Who will approve it? Is your state minister will approve or president will approve? It's approved by
President.
Yes. Now guys, concept it like global group like your state ministers, right? Universal group is just like a prime ministers, and domain local group is just like a presidents. Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not? This is the very big challenging. I am giving a very simple example, because 90% people, those who are in Active Directory, even they do not have any good much concept of between three groups. What is the nature and what is the difference between three Active Directory security groups? They can't even tell it is a good example, because they do not have the concept. Global groups, universal groups, and domain local groups. These are the three groups. Now, three groups having three different natures. As I told right now, that global group is just like a state minister, which is only related to his states. Universal groups, it's actually, he is under control of assembly of all the different states, and he also decision maker, but it is approved by the domain local. That means, presidents. So let's understand the scenario in logical section. Okay. So this is one of your forest. This is one of your forest called IBM.coms. IBM.com. And this particular IBM.com, first domain, there is a created IBM.com. Am I right? First you have created one domain, IBM.com. And side by side you have created UK.IBM.com and US.IBM.com. Clear or not? Now, but the forest name is IBM.com. UK.IBM.com. and US.IBM.com. Okay. Now they are all are into the IBM.com forest. Now global groups, there is a requirement that IBM, there is one group here and one of the users in UK.IBM.com. That users need to add on these particular groups. If these groups are global groups, he cannot add user from different domain. Is that clear? Global groups cannot add user from different domain. That is why, as this group located where? In IBM. As this group located where? In IBM. A state of the forest. The forest state name is IBM. So in this state, there is a groups. He only concern and add people inside the IBM, not from the outside of the IBM or outside of the any of the IBM. So this is called global group. The global group limitation is that he cannot add users apart from this domain. Let's say in a forest you have a three domain, IBM.com, UK.IBM.com and US.IBM.com. So a group which is located on IBM.com, he cannot add any user from UK or US IBM.com. Whereas universal groups can have power to accept any user from UK, US, any of the domain inside the same forest. Right? Clear or not? Now you have another domain, another forest, and this is called HP.com. Now somewhere HP or IBM acquire HP. So there is a connection between this two forest. It's called forest trust. And now these two forest label, whenever it's transaction, neither global group can accept any user from hp.com, neither any global group from ibm.com can accept any user from hp.com, neither universal group can accept any user in ibm.com from hp.com. Who can accept? Only domain local group is accept. That is why domain local group is most powerful in the forest. Clear? But the question is the view. Global groups can be visible any of the domains. That means one of the global group here, user can able to see that global group from UK and user as well, US as well. The same wise, whenever the universal group there, user can able to see from UK and US as well. But the domain local group is in ibm.com, no one can view, but this group can accept users. Clear? Now tell me, understood your problem? Now you tell me, is this understood? And whatever new question in your mind, ask me.
See, that global group and universal group are both clear to me, but domain local group is not at all clear to me.
Okay, domain local groups, it's actually have the power to add user from different forest, which the power is not applicable for universal or global. Is that clear or not?
Yes. So this IBM is a forest, HP.com is a forest. So if domain local group has such a power that it can work on both.
Domain local group has such a power, he can add, let's say you have created one domain local group in ibm.com and you have created one user in hp.com. Now hp.com user can add into, let's say these two companies are now, right, because IBM already acquired hp.com. So those two company user might be need a cross forest transaction, because some application server they need to log in from HP. Same way some application server IBM guy also need from HP login, right? So in that cases, definitely you need to give them a proper access. So in that case, domain local group is also work. You have created your domain local group hp.com. Now you can add user inside from hp.com as well as outside from hp.com. That means outside forest. That means ibm.com as well. So same like you have created one group, a domain local group on ibm.com. You can add user from inside of the ibm.com any domain, and apart from ibm.com different forest, that is hp.com. Clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes, sir, clear.
Other people?
Yeah.
Yes, Siddharth.
Rajdeep?
I got the thing that domain local group is for two, means both the forest it is applicable, domain local.
Yes. Clear or not?
Yes.
Perfect. So based on these groups, we will create a permission like same way. Now we are working in a two different merger company. So very often we request from HP users to access IBM assets. So same like IBM users want to access HP asset. In that cases, obviously you have to create domain local groups. Okay. Now you have a request that only IBM users can access any domain in IBM forest. In that case, you have to create universal groups or global groups. It's only specific domain. That means IBM.com domain user only access IBM.com groups, or UK.IBM.com users only access UK.IBM group, or US.IBM.com only user that particular inside that domain. So global group only like that. Based on this nature, high privileged group also created here. There is a domain admin, Now if I click on this domain admin, I'll show you. Based on this nature, there is a domain admin. Now see, domain admin group is the group, hypervillage group, and see, this is the global groups. So every domain, there is a domain admin, and enterprise admin is also hypervillage group, but it is a universal admin. That is why if I create these options, let's say in IBM Forest, there is a uk.ibm.com, us.ibm.com, and ibm.com. Now, okay, now every domain there is a domain admin by the Active Directory architecture. Every domain there is a domain admin. Clear? Every domain there is a domain admin. But as I told you, enterprise admin also universal group in nature. So whole administrator, whole forest, only one enterprise admin will here. That is only one enterprise administrator inside this forest. He can work here, he can work here, he can work here. Clear or not? Is that clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Enterprise admin, na?
Yes.
So enterprise admin is can work all over the forest, right?
All over the forest, exactly. Enterprise administrator can work all over the forest. Now I am telling you what is the difference between interviewer asked you. Let's say you have a domain ibm.com. Under the ibm.com there is a uk.com and us.com. uk.ibm.com and us.com. How many enterprise administrator was there? You say 3.com. Okay, then 3 enterprise. Then the same point they will kick off you and out for the office. Your interview will be rejected. Then you have to
Only one enterprise admin will be there.
Yes, only one enterprise admin will be there. Exactly. And how many domain admin will be there?
3 domain admin.
Yes, exactly. Now it is understandable, everyone.
Yes.
Other people?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now guys, tell me one thing. I have a task. Let's say I have created ibm.com. Okay. I'm deleting all those stuffs here. Okay, I'm just creating new one. I have created ibm.com, as you know. And now I want to create a child domain uk.ibm.com. Just tell me, I have a one users in ibm.com. What his name is? Sapna Sinde. He is the domain administrator. Is this domain administrator can create another domain in ibm.com? Is this domain administrator?
Repeat the question once more.
Huh?
Repeat the question once more.
I am asking, now I have a ibm.com. I am going to create a child domain uk.ibm.com. Now who will create? Definitely my parent domain administrator. That means Sapna Sinde.
Yes.
Now Sapna will be able to create that different domain as of now, right now. Who can tell me the question? If you understood my previous classes now, you can able to answer yes or no.
Yes, because parent domain will be able to create a child domain. No?
I am asking, Swapna is the part of IBM.com and he is the part of domain administrator. Will she able to create another domain apart from this IBM.com with this domain admin rights or not? Very who can answer?
No, I think I cannot.
Yes, I think no.
Because enterprise have access.
Exactly. Great.
Yeah.
Great. Until and unless I make them at enterprise admin access, she can't able to do that child domain promotions. Am I right?
Because they don't have complete rights.
Exactly. Let's do it. I am doing this member.com member server as uk.ibm.com. Okay? Fine. So first I am changing the name. DC-01. So first one DC-01, that is IBM.com. So it will be DC-02 will be what to say uk.ibm.com. Fine. So let's make it one. No, two. Okay, two. Okay.
DC02uk.ibm.com.
I have to promote, man. It cannot become like the same thing you have to do. You have to create. I'm just changing the computer name. DC-02. .ibm.com. If I create that picture, then only it will be easier for you. Now clear? DC01 ibm.com. Now you want to create uk.ibm.com with DC02, right? So the same times I am going to, but before that this machine also part of ibm.com first, then only you will create the domain for UK. So this machine already part of ibm.com. Now I am going to add ADDS role. Perfect. So now I am going to create child domain. Okay. Now see which option I will create. Tell me. Which options I have?
Add a new domain. Add a new domain to an existing file.
Who is telling that?
Yeah, add a new.
I am telling that.
Great.
Add a new domain to an existing file.
Add a new domain to an existing forest. Great.
Second.
And the primary domain name is ibm.com. The new domain will be
uk.ibm.com.
just UK. No. Control your excitement. No uk.ibm. Just type new domain name. They are asking new domain name. They are not asking follow the parent name. They are asking new domain. New domain is UK. Right? Click on next. Now see. Could not log into the domain with specific credential. Why? What make the problem? Who can tell me?
We have to provide the username and password.
Sorry?
We have to provide the password.
No. No password. You already told the answer. That Sapna.
Actually, what is happening?
The problem is that could not log into the domain with specific credential. Supply valid credential. Because why? I'm telling you the problem is Sapna is not the part of enterprise administrator groups. Okay.
Yes, that is why she only has domain admin group, and that is why she is not able to log.
Exactly. Enterprise admin.
Now we need, if we want to log in, then we need enterprise administration power.
Exactly. Still it will be create a problem. So in that case, what I need to do, just log in, log off. Unless you do, it is not affecting your system. So log off and then log in. Already you've installed the role. So here, promote this server to a domain controller. Add new domain into the existing forest. New domain name is UK. Click on next. Now see, we can able to log in the parent domain as well. Right? Now you are putting the DSRM password.
How you did enterprise administration power? That thing I didn't get.
Your mind is not concentrated. That is a problem. Something different, thinking different. Same like just here. Select users. Then go to the members, and then you have to choose enterprise. I was saying it's already added. So now everything you need to add groups here. You have to group from member of. Let's say it's a domain admin. Let's say it's a enterprise admin. Let's say, as I told you, customize permission whenever you have joined monitoring team. All those information, any specific groups have to add it there. Clear or not? Clear or not?
Yes.
Node, is that clear? Everything's
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
good. Are you enjoying?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, quite interesting going on, yeah. I'm enjoying.
That is why server engineer is getting highest paid salary rather than network engineer.
Yeah, that is my target. Let's see.
So same thing you follow apart from this, next, and after that uk.ibm.com will be created, and it is following the parent domain ibm.com. That is why this is the same forest, because it's following the parent domain name. Because here it is very interesting why I am telling you, if you miss any single topic, next is blind, totally blind for you.
Yes, that's true, yeah. Actually, yeah. I mean, you miss anything, like it's quite difficult to go to next topic.
Exactly. So that is why what to do, I will create one centralized folders now, and these folders, everyone I'll give you the access, and I am taking a responsibility to, Mohammed, please upload till your day 1, whatever we have done, upload all the video file with date, name, topic. Okay?
Sure.
So that
And is a practical, sorry, yeah, is a practical like some days like, you know, like you're busy or you're working. So it's quite hard to get practical. But I mean, I can do it myself, my computer, but sometime I want to try your computer server.
yes, you can do it. As I told you, now, see, as I told you, in Saturday 2 p.m. or to 3 p.m. you can use it. As I told you, only for you, because you need first time
Oh, thank
certain
you.
help. Or Rajdeep, as I told you, today you miss. Today you have to come within 2:30, 12:30. You miss it, and as I can see, only Muhammad is very punctual and is timely connect server and perform his task. It's really appreciate. I'm trying to say, it's really appreciate. He's very punctual and it's on time. You will do his practical. Very good.
And so tomorrow, my timing is Sunday. Tomorrow, what time is going to be?
Tomorrow, okay, do one thing. Just today, 10 p.m. nights, you will start practical. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., I will not be there. I have to go some my engineering college because there are
Okay.
fourth year campusing was go. I'll have to go for the interview. So I'll be not there tomorrow, 2 p.m. So I have to go for the interview. There's a pool campusing going on. So today to 10 p.m. I'll just start practicals. I will help.
Okay.
Siddharth, I will do on Tuesday, right?
You will do it on Tuesday. Your fixed time. Okay.
After 10 p.m., right?
After 10 p.m.
Okay.
And now onwards, Shapna will also in the same. Okay, Sapna, as you do the 24/7 project, so which date? I mean, either you have to do it 10 p.m. or either you have to do it on 7 a.m. So whatever you choice, you let me know.
Yeah, 10 p.m. will be.
Or 10 p.m. After 10 p.m. is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Then
Okay.
do it on Monday.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday 10 p.m.
Monday, but Monday I can't do because I am doing evening shift 8:30 to morning 5:30. So I won't be able to do.
So that is I'm telling you. You told 10 p.m. after 10 p.m. So in that case, you have to take in morning. I mean, you can take after your night shift over. After your night shift over, do the practical, then go for a sleep. Okay? Is that okay with you?
Okay. I will talk to you about it later.
Okay, fine, no problem. Okay, now see that IBM.com domain was created. Now see that IBM.com domain was created, right? Now I am showing you that group practicals, what I told. Now I am creating one groups here. Just go to the new and select groups. And now while creating group, you have to select universal groups. Okay. Let's say, it is for monitoring access _access. Okay. And I am creating another groups. Sorry. Global groups. That means fabric network. I'm creating another groups domain local. New groups domain local. Advanced storage. Right? Now I have already created one users Sapna Sindhe here. Now I am adding Sapna into that particular different. Sapna is located on IBM. Now I am adding Sapna on UK, that means uk.ibm.com. So go to the members, add, and I am here. This time I am select enter the directory. Clear? If I select enter the directory, IBM also come, uk.ibm also come. And how many domain you have, all will become. Now here I am selecting the group name is The global group name what we have created?
IBM.com.
No. The global group name we have created. Okay. I am adding Sapna in monitoring underscore access. Now he can easily add because these are universal groups. Because this is a universal groups. Easily I can add. Okay. Select the domain. What is the name of this? First select here enterprise directory. Monitoring access. Okay, why it is not working I'm telling you, because just now you have created, it is the time to take for replication. So let's time from here, the same things under monitoring access groups I'm going to the members and add Sapna from there. Yes, from this domain to this domain coming, from this domain to this domain it is taking, because just now this domain was created, taking time to replicate. Okay, now these universal groups, okay, now these universal groups can add or take the Swapna in the different domain, because see, Swapna is from IBM.com, okay, and this group is on uk.ibm.com. So now I am doing these groups like fabric networks. So fabric network is a global groups. If I go to the members and add users, I do not have options to enter networks. Why? Global group can't work in different domains. Is that clear or not?
I didn't get this one. Can you repeat once more?
The fabric.networks, it's a global groups. Now I'm going to the members and add members here. Go to the location, I cannot find that enter networks like other groups, because global groups cannot work on different domains. It is work on single domain. Same wise, if I go to the another groups that we have created, that is advanced storage, I guess. Which one? Advanced storage.
Second one.
Advanced storage. That is a domain local. That is also can accept user from different domain. If I go to there, see, enter domain also option will come and add. Now, yes, clear or not? Is that clear or not?
Yes, clear.
So today is a huge things I have told you today. So it's a very lengthy class.
Yeah, Siddharth will be long today.
Anyway, no problem. So
Yeah.
guys, I hope you enjoyed the classes. Anything still doubt, let me know. I will clear your doubts.
Yeah, we have video. We can just see and just do it back.
Exactly. And see, Rajdeep, I'm telling you, the problem is what you are facing now. Every time you're telling, no, I have skipped. Don't feel that you are missing something. Enter the sheet, you will get the video. Through this video, you learn everything from the scratch. After the still you are facing problems, it's a kind of panic you are getting. If I skip, what will happen? If I skip, nothing will happen. I am there to repeat you. I am requesting everyone to just watch and listen and respond it. But don't panic that if something is missing, I will not repeat, because it's an enter video recorded. After that, I'll give it to you. It's yours. Enter the watch, enter the week, enter the day you watch it and learn it. So don't be panic. From this panic level, your mind is something disturbing. Clear?
Yes, it's correct.
No, I am understood. I already have 12 years experience of teaching. So every students, what they're in mind, what they're thinking, I know everything. Okay? So don't
like I'm thinking now, I miss any class, I'm gonna be a lost.
Yeah.
So because now is a lockdown, I'm not working, but it's gonna be like back to work. So it's very difficult to sometime attend the class. You know that.
No problems. If you're miss any day, what video is there now?
Yeah. So like today, sorry, you mentioned about the practical is gonna be a 10, but today is like I have some plan. So can I a different days is possible, please?
Different days
that
means.
is what I also did, because today morning I had a practical class, but I was not able to attend the class.
So in that case, if you are missing 1 or 2 days, fine, no problem. But in that day, you will get the video and you watch the video. In case still if you have any doubts, understand me, call me. Or if you say no, I am not able to join permanently on Saturday, then I have to give you another day. Because what I am telling you, you all are fresher. I mean, fresher in terms of in IT infrastructures. You are working somewhere. I'm not telling you like that. If you are read this, if you are staying in this batch, it is very healthier for all of you, because all you are building your knowledge from this base level. Now, if I align you some other batches, people are already higher in their knowledge. You will face the problems.
Yes, Dada, in this batch we are getting from initial.
Exactly, because
everything is initial.
In this batch, everyone is nothing, no extra. If Rajdeep asks 5 questions same time, if Noor can ask 4 questions same time, no one will mind. You got my point? Because all are you from the scratch. You are building your knowledge level from the scratch. So I am recommending you try to manage it. In case if you are not managed, then I will give you another day.
So you solve my practical problem. So which day I need to attend now?
So practical for you only this week. I will not.
You know what I'm thinking? You can't make your server in a cloud, so I can do anytime practical, or is not possible?
No. Server is not in cloud. Server is on premises, and through this I will give you the access to any desk. Okay. So I am planning to host the server on cloud, but thing is that cost is very high, very high. I already planned that, but every month I have to pay for this around 20,000 for this if I hosted my server in the cloud. It's very huge cost.
It's not free.
No, who told? Nothing is free. Only 1 month is for trial. After that, if you want to do this practice, you have to have the credit cards, and based on that, how much you access the resources, the bill will come accordingly. Nothing is free everywhere in the world, man, except water.
So, okay, tell me now. So, what do you think about you say, like today we done classes for second class. So it's very hard to me to do practical for same day, after a few hours.
No problems. If you're doing the problem on same day, no problem. Do it on Sunday at 10 p.m.
So which one? Because I didn't done it last one as well. You remember? I done it my PC. I show you. I done it my PC, but I want to do it your server as well to try.
Same thing.
And
because see, if you are capable, if this kind of practicals you are able to capable in your systems, you can do this. My system is really helping you. If your system is not capable to work this, because after few of classes we do so many things like cluster, like many things. In that case, we need 4 or 5 servers. In that 4 or 5 servers not supported by your system. So in that case, you come to me, my servers. But if you are capable, your servers handle, do it in your systems. But still, if you need my server, connect it, because my server is, I purchase it just because of your helps. You got my point? Just because of your helps. Now, but as I told, like you, so many people will do the practicals. So if you want to do the practical on regular basis, so in that case you have to choose the slot. So this slot you have to complete your entire practical. It may be 2 hours, 3 hours, no problem. That's what I told you now. After 10 p.m. if you do, so after 10 p.m. if it will take 11, 1, 2, do it. After done your practicals, just shut down my server. That's it.
Yeah. So your Indian IST is at 10 p.m. but here is like a 4 o'clock. So like today 4 o'clock I have some plan to do. So you have a different days for me, please again.
Sunday, do it Sunday.
So, you mean coming Sunday, yeah? So tomorrow you're talking about.
Tomorrow will you able to take, or next Sunday you can take, or you can take on Friday. You can take on Friday night.
So I want to do it tomorrow. I don't mind. So it's okay. I can do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow you can do it. No problem.
What time is it?
10 p.m.
Indian
IST.
IST.
10 p.m. IST.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Siddharth. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Okay. So guys, okay, so I'm ending my session. I hope you guys enjoyed a lot. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, just be online. Mohammed is staying there. Other you can leave because I am creating the share. Mohammed will upload all the files. So guys, I once more time I need your mail ID. Please in the group chat put your mail ID one by one. I will add the mail ID to you, and individual I'll give you the share access. Okay. So if next time onwards I will upload the file to the share. The new share cannot be given everyone live every time. Share will be given first time. Next time onwards we'll access the share and upload your files. Clear? And
The Gmail.
Yeah, there is a Google
Email
Drive.
was already provided you, na?
Okay, once more time please give us. Okay, in the group chats. So I'm creating the files. Other you can leave, but Mohammed please stay guys. So I'm creating the file share.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah.